Many small business owners are stuck. They like to think they have to be involved in every single decision, every problem, every fire. But the reality is, successful businesses run like a machine, whether the owner is there or not. I was once in the same place, feeling like my business needed me 24/7. But after implementing systems, delegation, some mindset shifts, I have built multiple seven-figure businesses that thrive even when I step away. So think of McDonald's. It doesn't matter which location you walk into, what country you walk into, the experience is identical. And that's because of strong systems in place. Now imagine your business working just as smoothly with or without you. And I always tell people, if McDonald's can run with high schoolers, we can get our businesses up and running just as well. In this video, you're gonna learn about the CEO mindset shift, the 3 core systems that every business needs, and the delegation formula, the exact method to ensure your team executes at a high level without your constant involvement. Now, by the end of this video, you're going to have a very clear roadmap to how you can build a self-sustaining business. So you can finally step into the role that you're meant to be, the CEO. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Stacey Tuschel, and I've been a business owner for over 22 years already, and my businesses generate over $10 million in annual revenue. All right, let's get into it. So step number 1 is the CEO mindset shift. Now, if you haven't heard this already, mindset is just as, if not as more important than skill set. And that, my friends, took me way too long to learn. The biggest shift you're going to have to make is from doer to delegator. Most business owners are their own biggest bottleneck in their business. They hold on to so many tasks that they shouldn't, thinking, I'm the only one that can do it. No one's gonna do it as good as me. But if you actually want to scale, you cannot think you're going to be the doer of all the things. You have to now start to put on the delegator hat of your business. Before that CEO shift has happened, what the business owner does is they, okay, got it. So you walked in here, I have all these things to do. You just gave me like 6 more monkeys. Now I gotta hurry and take care of these monkeys, and then I'll finally get to my stuff, which you don't because you don't have enough time. Maybe it sounds a little familiar, right? So from doer to delegator, what you need to do is go catch the monkey and go, oh, okay, great. What do you think we should do? You coach them, you guide them, and you give them their monkey back, and then you say, great, now go do that. And when they leave, they've got all of their monkeys taken with them. So what does this look like in real life? Well, in real life, an employee answers customer emails. And a CEO is building the system where the emails are answered. They're training the staff on how to email. They're using templates and a really clear process. Do you see the difference? You don't get to do minimum wage level jobs. As a CEO, your business can't afford to hire you to be checking email. So start asking yourself, what tasks am I still doing that somebody else could handle? If I left for a week or 30 days, what would break? What's preventing me to take that vacation? So think about this. Write down 3 things that you do daily that you know you shouldn't be doing. Who could take them over? Now, what I want you to know is that every new level, it feels uncomfortable to delegate some of these things. But pretty soon, that just becomes your new normal. But when you are starting to feel comfortable again, it's time to do that process again. Sometimes people think they're a delegation machine because they truly believe they've given everything away they possibly could. But there's always a new level of delegation as you scale your business. Every year, you should be getting stronger, your team should be getting stronger, so you should be able to delegate and pass off more, and your calendar should be changing. One of my favorite phrases is last year's calendar will not produce next year's results. But so many business owners just move on into the new year, still behaving like December, November, October, and they're confused why the business isn't up leveling. All right, step number 2. We're gonna talk about the 3 core systems that every business needs. Number 1, an operations system. This is how you keep things running smoothly. Think of operations as the ultimate playbook for your business. Here is how we do things here. Everything from hiring, customer service, daily processes, answers to most frequently asked questions, everything is documented. So an example would be, imagine that you're running a med spa. blah, and a receptionist quits. Without systems, what happens? Chaos. A new person has to jump in. They don't know what they're doing. You might have to wait a few weeks before you can hire. Nobody knows what's going on. Or worse, you, the owner, has to step in. How many of you have done that before? Now, with systems, you've got your hiring playbook. You've got the job description ready to go. You post it, you find an A player very quickly. You then onboard that new amazing team member with your training and onboarding system. There's short videos to watch. They're following standard operating procedures. They've got the front desk playbook, and it runs without you in a short period of time. So which option do you want? Somebody quits, and you probably have to step in, do their job, simultaneously write the job description, try to rehire somebody, do all of the interviews, then train them for months because you don't have systems documented, or very quickly replace that person in a week or two and have them able to watch videos, systems, playbooks. I mean, come on, right? Why would you not choose the second? So the key components here are SOPs, standard operating procedures. Fancy name for systems, right? It's a step-by-step guide for this is how we do this here. The next piece is that team communication. Most business owners are so excited to hire that when they do, they're like, okay, here's how you do everything. Thanks. See you later. Have fun. Enjoy. And then they say to me, Stacy, she's not as good as I thought she would be. She's really struggling. She seems overwhelmed. Why is she not understanding this? Okay. And the problem is that there is nothing more important as the owner, as the manager, as the leader to go in and onboard and properly train. So what is your communication cadence? How often are you checking in? Are they getting their weekly one-on-ones? Are they getting clear reporting? A lot of times you're not happy with the new hire's behavior because you haven't stepped up as the CEO. And I don't blame you. You're busy and you don't know how to fit this all in. But friend, now is the time we start making the time. It's important. And I think you're starting to see why. Another thing, imagine if you had your customer journey map spelled out. What happens when a client walks in, when a client calls, when they email? All of this stuff should be documented. So don't get overwhelmed. Instead, pick one daily task and write down exactly how you do it. And this, my friend, is your first step to starting a playbook. The second system that is a non-negotiable is a sales and marketing system. Now, I specifically put this down as number 2, not as number 1. When I teach this inside of Well Oiled, I actually teach it in the same order. You must clean up ops before you try to scale. That's usually not the way your business brain works. You think, let's scale, let's make more money. So you want to know, Stacy, how do I grow? How do I get more sales? How do I do better at marketing? And I'm going, hold up. Your business has cracks. Let's go fix it. So when we do scale, you don't scale your headaches, okay? So after we clean up ops, we then create a sales and marketing system. This is how we bring in business without you. Now, a business cannot survive without consistent leads and sales, but you shouldn't be the one that's doing it all. If you're the only one that knows how to market and knows how to sell, we've got a big problem. So a bad system is you rely on referrals and they all talk to you and you help them figure out what they should buy. A great system is your business has automations. There's email follow-ups. There's a clear lead gen funnel and a team that handles the sales for you, just as good as you, maybe even better than you. Now, key components here is lead gen, right? A strategy, organic and paid. I highly, highly recommend that every business has an organic and paid strategy combined. They work hand in hand. I have seen so many businesses that just do free social media. They don't pay $1 and the business is great. Okay. I have seen the other version of they only run paid. The business is great, but it's not secure. It is still very fragile when you only have one source of leads. So we want to mix the two. We want automated follow-ups using a CRM like HubSpot or ActiveCampaign to nurture those leads. We need team sales scripts. How do we sell? What do we say? What are the words we use? And if you think, well, I don't know, I do it different every time. That is not how you want to be training your team. You want to figure out what is the best way to do it, and then you teach them those exact steps. So your action step here is just automate one part of this marketing system. One thing that you're manually doing, how could you set it up and actually get it automated. And then the third system is a financial system. So this is where we ensure profitability without stress. So money issues are one of the top reasons business fail, if not the number one. If you're not profitable without constant new sales, you have a problem. So a bad system is you're always chasing sales to cover payroll, right? You're on a hamster wheel. A great system is your expenses are lean, your profit margin's healthy, your team is paid based on performance, and one bad month is not gonna kill you. So when something unexpected happens, and it always does, right? Like a recession, an election year, a pandemic, all of these things, the tariffs, right? All of this, your business can handle it because you've got healthy margins. Now, the key components here is profit-focused budgeting. So we allocate revenue strategically using our profit-focused method. And that looks like having an expense review process. So we cut wasteful spending every single quarter. We actually have a software spreadsheet. Oh my goodness, how many of you have a gazillion softwares on subscription? $20 here, $40 here, $79 there, $97 here. Sounds so tiny. And then you look at how much you spend on software and it is absolutely crazy. Well, what we need to do is we have to make sure that we are cleaning that up. So every quarter, my team is going over all of the software we use with the price point of what we pay, and they have to actually restate, yes, this is a revenue generator. This thing makes us more than what we're spending on it. And that, my friend, helps us keep really, really lean. We also look at payroll and incentives. So we're ensuring that our team members are all making more than they cost. So let me give you an example. Right? If I am paying somebody $1,000 a month for social media, they specifically work on Instagram. I am looking to see what did Instagram produce last month. So if they are not making more than I'm paying them, I will coach them up to get them there or coach them out of my organization and find somebody that can revenue generate. This is huge because payroll is probably one of your largest expenses. And if you can get your team revenue generating, it's gonna change the game in your profit margin. So here's your action step here. Review your last 3 months of expenses and ask yourself, what can I cut? What can I optimize? And FYI, whenever I have clients do this, they typically find thousands of dollars they can cut out. Jose did this and he actually found $5,000 a month recurring. So $60,000 a year he saved by taking just a few minutes to start going through that list. Most business owners are overspending. Most business owners, they don't even realize they still have that software subscription, or they still signed up for something for free that turned into a paid membership. Go look at what is happening in your bank account and credit card. You will be surprised, and then come back and tell me, how much did you save by doing this activity? And I know my community is a little competitive, friendly competition, of course, and I want to see who can save the most here and just getting rid of things that aren't generating you revenue. But do not let go of investments. If I'm paying $1 for something and getting $6 back, you better believe I'm going to continue to go down that rabbit hole. Moving on to step number 3, the delegation formula. So even with systems, your team must execute without you micromanaging. So most business owners delegate wrong, right? They either dump the tasks and just assume you should know how to do this. I hired you for social media management. You said you were a social media expert, so I don't know, go figure it out. That's delegation A. Delegation B is the absolute opposite and just as bad. Micromanaging every single step. You must do it this way. You're not outcome focused, you're actually looking at the step by step by step, and you can never fully let go. So a few ways to fix this is, number 1, our 5-hour challenge to cut inefficiencies. I have another video just dedicated to this 5-hour challenge. We will make sure to link it here. Now what this is you're having each team member track their tasks for a week and find 5 hours of low value work they can either eliminate or automate. So an example would be your studio manager realizes she's spending 4 hours per week manually invoicing clients, where she realizes, wow, I could get a software and I could automate this. So your action step here is have your team track their work and start to identify 5 hours of things to either cut or optimize. Another way to delegate is the ownership transfer process. So instead of dumping everything on them, use this 4-step process. You say to them, you're gonna watch me and I'm gonna do it. Then you're gonna say, now we're gonna do it together. Then step 3 is they're gonna do it, I'm gonna observe you. Step 4 is you're gonna fully own it, I get to step away and check in less often. An example here would be a photography business owner wants to step out of editing. So she first trains the assistant using a video walkthrough. She starts to review the assistant's edits for a month. And then 3 steps out fully once the assistant is handling it smoothly and they've got it. So what is one task that you can pick and begin transferring it today? I hope you're liking this video, but I also don't want you just to get good at watching videos. You need to turn this knowledge into action. So pick a system. Do you need to focus on operations, sales, or finance? And then step 2, audit what's working and what's broken. Then finally, document or delegate one process this week. If you want a business that works without you, you need to start building these systems now. If you need help, join us inside of Well-Oiled Operations, where we help small business owners remove themselves from the daily operations so they can grow, scale, and finally get the freedom they were searching for. This isn't about working more or adding more to your plate. It's about building something bigger than yourself. It's about getting your business process reliant and not people reliant. Once you put these systems into place, you're going to gain that time back. You're gonna have less stress and build a business that works with or without you.